Hi friends, happy to have you guys back. I have six I have 6 subscribers now and I'm so excited. I was so happy when I got a little notification last night that you have a new subscriber and I was so happy to see that. Any growth I'm excited for. I genuinely am. Anyway, so I know you saw today's title of the video. We're gonna go ahead and do a January reading wrap up. I got through 6 books, and for some that's probably like, ooh, like only 6 books, but like for me, I was like so happy. Honestly, like 1 book a month, I feel good about myself when I can just get through a book. So 6, I was honestly surprised when I saw the number 6. I was like, oh my god, go me. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get on into it, and I'm going to share my just like how I felt about the book, like a general like premise of the book, and then also my rating. Well, maybe I should say the genre too. Yeah, okay. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so first on the list, or actually maybe I'll go in order that I read them. Yeah, I'll do that. And I made that face because I started with a banger. It wasn't a banger. It wasn't a banger. I did not enjoy this book very much. Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I think I've talked about this previously in my videos. This is by Stephanie Garber. I think it's a young adult fantasy, and so one of my issues with the book is I think I read it right after, or like a few books after ACOTAR, and that was one of my, like, I shouldn't have done that. It was bad timing because it's fantasy as well. It's just, I don't know, it did not come anywhere near how I felt about ACOTAR. Also, I feel like I saw like punctual errors, and I'm just not used to seeing that in books. I had to reread some sentences like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, am I reading this correctly? Like, it didn't flow like some of my like favorite books, how they just, it's very natural and it flows. Also, it was pretty corny, cheesy. I felt like the female main character was just like a ditz some of the times, and I hate that because I love like a strong female character, and I think that's what they were going for. I also, like, I heard a lot about this book, like, in regards to the second book in the series. So this is the first book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I got all 3 because the covers were so pretty. Like, look at that cover. It's so pretty. But, so I bought the whole series because the covers are beautiful, and, oh my god, it took me, like, I don't even know how long it took me to get through this book, but I'd read like a chapter and then just have to put it back down. Like, it almost put me in a reading slump. Anyways, I think I rated this like a 2, unfortunately, but I do want to keep reading. I've heard the second book is really good, but I also heard this one was really good. So anyways, 2 stars for this one. And then I read Daisy Jones and the Six. So I had previously read One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I absolutely loved that book. Like, it kept me on my toes. I wanted to just keep reading. So I wanted to pick this one up because I've heard great things about this book, and I love the author. She also read One True Loves. I think that's the name of the book. But anyways, Daisy Jones and the Six. I had a great time reading this. So this one, it's like narrated. So I've never read anything like this. It does each individual character, like they have an excerpt. I think that's what it's called, like a paragraph, and then another character talks. And so like the person is interviewing them, and so the whole book is like that. I kept thinking, oh, maybe it's just like the first few chapters. No, the entire book is like that. I enjoyed it. It was a really fun read. I enjoyed getting to know the characters. There's not like romance or anything really like that. It's just like a fun story, found family. I think I rated this a 3.5 or a 4. Oh, I'd have to go back and look. Thinking of it now, it's probably like a 3.5. Like, I did enjoy it. I just didn't like absolutely obsess over it. Also though, there's a show for Daisy Jones and the Six. I don't know what it's on, what platform it's on, maybe Hulu, but I want to see the show. I feel like watching the show will make me enjoy the book more. Anyways, 3.5. And I don't know what this genre is. Some contemporary fiction? Historical fiction, because it's supposed to be like an old band. Next, I think I did Hooked next. So this is a dark romance. It's a Peter Pan retelling, and check your trigger warnings, but I very much enjoyed this book. If you guys like, are any of you guys into dark romance, like 50 Shades of Grey, or what else? Well, the other one, what is that other one? Oh, hold on. Oh, The Never King. That one's also dark romance. I think that one's a little bit darker than this, but I definitely enjoyed this book a lot. Like, this is exactly what I was in the mood for. So this one, it's more like obviously about Captain Hook, but Hook gets the girl and you just fall for them completely. It was a little bit of like insta-lovey, but I ate it up. I very much enjoyed this book. 4 stars. Like, I got through this in a few days. It was exactly what I was in the mood for. So if you want some dark romance, you know, some smut. Oh, this is definitely probably like, I don't even, probably like a 3.5 or a 4 spice. Very spicy. Next, I think it was The Perfect Marriage. I was in the mood for like a mystery thriller. And the back of this book just like got me. Just this one sentence. Kelly is found brutally stabbed. Okay, so Kelly is found brutally stabbed to death. And now Sarah must take on her hardest case yet. Defending her own husband, a man accused of murdering his mistress. So Sarah's the lawyer defending her husband who was accused of killing his mistress that Sarah didn't know about. Anyways, I thought that was an amazing story. The end of the book, the plot twist at the end, I did not see that coming. Oh, I just remember thinking like, no. Like, I was bummed, but like such a good book. The whole time I was reading this, I kept thinking like, wow, I'm never gonna find out who did this. You know, like I'm like, wow, I'm never gonna figure out the mystery. Like, I just was like binging the book because I really wanted to know. I rated this one like a 4.5. I enjoyed it so much just because I was like obsessed with it. I could not put it down. In the story, I was never bored. This was so good. Like, really good book if you want like a mystery thriller. Great plot twist at the end. Love that. Next, I read Icebreaker. I've seen this book everywhere. I just got this one in New York while we were there like a month ago, and I enjoyed the entire time I was reading it. I don't know, I guess there's nothing like too amazing, but like it touches on mental health. I loved reading about Nate and Anastasia's relationship because they had great communication. There was never any miscommunication tropes. Like, they talked everything exactly how they were feeling is what they said to each other. And that was like a breath of fresh air reading. Because it's like, oh, okay, you don't have to like be in their heads and then them not be telling each other what's bothering them about each other. Oh my God, that makes sense. Anyways, I really enjoyed this. It touches on like therapy and like the benefits of just communicating. Like, I kind of related to Anastasia a little bit just because they're so competitive, and I'm like very competitive with like a lot of the like sports I've played or just things that I've done. I love a good competition, and reading that about her, I enjoyed that very much. This I think I rated like a 4 out of 5. Like, I was looking forward to reading this every night. Like, it's a pretty thick book. Oh, how many pages? There's 432 pages. I don't know. I enjoyed this one a lot. I thought it was a great time. Very smooth read, easy to get through. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Oh, and it's spicy. It was probably like 3.5 spice. Okay, and then the last one I read for the month was The Final Gambit. So I finished the other two, I don't even know, like over maybe 2 months ago. The Inheritance Games and the what is the other one, the Hawthorne Legacy. And so I just got through this one. The chapters are so short. I absolutely love that. It's honestly hard going from like a book like this to a regular book with like 5-10 page chapters, 5 to 10 pages per chapter, or maybe even more, because you're keep expecting to like be done with a chapter in 2 pages. So history kept me on my toes. I will say it felt like a lot of like the same, like it's like guess, get the answer. Oh, and then that's another clue for something else. Oh, guess, get the answer. Oh, it's a clue for something else. It was just like, that's, but I don't even know if that just made sense. But I felt like right as it was becoming too much of the same, then they would like give you like a curveball of like answering like this big question mark that you've had for like the whole book. So I don't know. It was a great time. I think the series as a whole is probably like a 3.5. People talk very highly of these books too, but that's just how it is when it comes to reading. It's very subjective. Like, one person's opinion may mean nothing, you know, like to another person's opinion of the same book. So we differ, and that's awesome. That's great. I love to talk about books with other people and hear their opinions. Like, tell me your opinions on these books. Do you guys rate these highly, not so highly? according to the books that you guys have seen on this video, what do you think I should read next? What do you think I'd be into? I did just get a few books from Target today. It was buy one, get one free, so I had to, but I'll show those on a later haul, like all the books that I accumulated over the month of January. Anyways, this was a great book, probably a 3.5 out of 5. I had a great time. I do plan on reading The Naturals by the same author, Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I heard The Naturals is like better than this one, but you know, kind of like the same idea, short chapters, mystery, young adult. Anyways, I had a great time reading that. Okay, that's all of them. So these are my books that I got through for the month of January. I don't know, overall I think it's a really great month. Like, all of them were 3.5, well, except for the first one, the Once Upon a Broken Heart, that was like a 2 stars. But the rest of them were great reads. Like, I got through them very easily. I just love reading books, obviously. You guys, let me know if there's any books that you think I'd be into, or like your favorite books that I should maybe read next. That's all for this week. I'm thinking next week. Oh, also I started reading Throne of Glass. So I read Assassin's Blade like the last 3 days. I just finished that yesterday and I started Throne of Glass. And I've been recording myself doing like a reading vlog for those, and I'm trying to decide if I should do it like a spoiler or a non-spoiler. I'm thinking non-spoiler because I know I love to watch a non-spoiler vlog, like that way you can like talk about the book but like not get the details. But then it's like, oh, this series is kind of like an older series, like it's been out for years and years and years, and I feel like so many people have read it. I don't know, what do you guys think? So these are the books for the month. I will see you guys next week. I think I'm gonna do that reading vlog. Just give me some ideas if I should do spoiler or non-spoiler. Help me decide that. All right, bye friends.